welcome to another episode of Honest Magic Reviews. Again, if you like, tick the boxes, do all that social media stuff. Today we're going to be talking about travel ESP cards by Paul Carnazzo. Demarked ESP deck. They're marked ESP cards. At some point I'm going to do a review because I've been kind of working alongside Vernet's ESP deck and Beyond ESP version 2. I don't have 3. 2 completely different marking systems, and I'll do a review of them at some point. So there's a look forward to, but I just needed to get this one out and save you guys some money. So there you go. You don't get printed instructions. You have to use the QR code, which is all trendy and hip. Why, I do not know. The instructions run to a few pages. They could have just printed them up and put them in the envelope, but I guess, trying to keep down costs. You get a very nice little envelope, and then you get the cards. Now, you only get 10 cards. An ESP deck is normally made out of 25 cards. You only get basically 2 sets of the ESP symbols. Now let's talk about the positives. So the symbols are very nicely printed. The cards are like a plasticky kind of feeling to it. So they're probably going to last some time. They're very thin. So the concept is, you can just pop them in your pocket and go off and perform your miracles. Now the markings. Now, just to let you know, while I'm doing the reviews of the other ESP decks, I did genuinely sat down with a layperson, handed them the cards, and told them they're marked. Look for them. For both Beyond ESP and the testing deck, not a clue. 2 seconds. Granted, I told them they were marked. However, bearing in mind that for most of the routines, you're going to be handing the spectator at least 5 of the cards for them to hold in their hands. And, they're probably not going to look. The problem is, if you are going to do the routine where put a card down, I'm going to tell you what it is, they're looking at the back as well. I also have a bit of a problem from distance. Yeah, I can tell that's the circle. I can tell that's the cross. I can tell that's the wavy line. The problem I have is I don't know. I don't like these. However, but one of the things I don't like the markings. I don't like the fact that you only get 10 cards, So most of the ESP routines that I like and love don't use the markings. You need a whole deck in cycle order, and it works on the mathematical principles of an ESP deck. And there's hundreds of routines out there. There's loads of great material. However, you need more than 10 cards. The only routine that I have where in play is only 10 cards. I need a duplicate card, which you can't do. Now, they have a routine on the instructions. So, what do you get for your £20? So you get the cards, you get a nice bit of cardboard. You then have to go online, which I hate that because, if you buy something at a convention or you get something and you don't have access to the internet for that day because you're out and about and you want to play with these, you can't. You have to download. I hate downloadable instructions. Stop doing it. It's a pain in the arse, and I know what you're doing. You're trying to save money. You're trying to cut down the cost of productions. Print up a couple of sheets at least. Put it in on the product. Really winds me up. So what do you get for your £20? You download. So you get a nice little PDF document. And oh my God, these routines. Listen, if you're in that whole kind of form of mentalism where you want to talk for 20 minutes just to tell them that they're holding the square, then by all means. You only get 4 routines. Funny enough, out of them 4 routines, only one of them actually uses the fact that the cards are marked. What's the point? The other 3, 2 of them have got a similar principle of the whole dual reality. You're going to look at a symbol, you're going to forget the symbol. And the third one works out this principle where somebody reads the mind of the other spectator using a move that I personally think is rubbish. There's much better methods of having the 5 symbols lined up. Spectator thinks of a symbol, they write it down, and the other spectator then, in a means of elimination, finds the symbol that the other spectator's looking for. However, that's not this routine. For some reason, you have to do a glide force of the symbol that the other person's thinking of. It doesn't explain what happens when you go past it. The glide force stop anywhere. You're not really. It's horrible. It's a terrible routine. I meant to print up and show you the waffle of some of these routines. £20 for rubbish, absolute rubbish. The routines you probably wouldn't use. The first routine as well, by the way, doesn't credit Max Maven. I believe it's a Max Maven routine using a Mexican turnover. I don't see any credit for Max Maven on that routine. So, out of the 4 routines, you don't get anything new there. If you've been into mentalism, and again, none of them uses the principle of them being marked at all, apart from the first routine. And actually, there's a better routine available, which doesn't use the fact that the cards are marked. It's exactly the same effect to the spectator. There's no need to do any kind of Mexican turnovers or anything like that. You bring the cards down, you kneel down, boom. And that's a Max Maven routine, and is published elsewhere. And if you are doing any kind of ESP cards, go out, do some research, get some really good, and there's some cheap PDF downloads of some great routines. The PDF, and I'll put a link on to library.com. For £5, you get a booklet download, which has tons of great ESP routines on there that uses a whole deck. I can't recommend. Save yourself £20. I'm gutted that I spent £20 on these. Travel ESP junk.